my favorite.
I know. Mine too. You know that view.
So here, I'm going to do it too. It's a good picture of it.
So we have the Renogy Firefly hooked up to the Sun Jack. And that's our light for the night. And we're using the Firefly for charging phones, charging Kindles, all the good stuff. So, love the little thing. It's great. Enjoying time at the cabin. You enjoying time at the cabin?
Oh, yeah.
Enjoying time at the cabin. Delilah's enjoying time over at the cabin. We're making a quick meal. We got propane for that, so no worries. Okay, we had a pretty good storm come through, and it took the tarp off of the Harbor Freight shed. And as you've seen, it did a job on that. So what we have is a nice little mess inside the shed. That tore through. So what we're doing is we're getting all the jars and we're moving them inside the cabin, and we'll stick them up underneath the bed for right now. And we're moving, and then we're going to take parts of the tarp that is existing. We're just going to lay it over whatever we can for right now. But yeah, we got to get this straightened out. Everything got soaking in here. But the good news, you hear that? That fan is still running. That is the best little fan. So keeps it nice and cool. Solar's still working, no problems. Had to clean the panel off a little again where it gets built up on the bottom, but it's all good. Okay, that's just part of what got cleaned up out of the shed. That's the trash, the wood, and then what we're going to do is all this, we're going to clean up the jars. They're all still good. We found two. One that was definitely bad, and one that's questionable, so we're not even going to take a chance with that because you know how that goes. But this, we're just going to take off the rims on any of them that have rims. We're going to clean them up with the shop towels. And we had a nice big box of them. And then, of course, the canned chicken and stuff is still good. No problem there. So, we still had some oatmeal that was dry because it was inside one of the boxes. And then what we did, the tarp that was previously over it, I cut it loose on one side, and we used it to cover the propane tanks. And then this was another one we had from another project. The barrels, everything in it was good because they're closed. And so this stuff was all good. Like I said, so we covered the propane stove and the, what do you call it? Kerosene cans. Yeah, there's cans of kerosene back there in the propane tanks. And that's what I was most worried about. I didn't want that stuff rusting out and everything. So, you know, that's the stuff that you really need. And then we'll come back. We're just going to put some wood slats on here, put a metal roof on it, just like, you know, kind of like the cabin basically. And that'll take care of that because the frame, as you see, it's not bent, it's not twisted, it's in perfect condition. So, you know, like I said, that's the way to go. And then we have the Renogy Firefly, which is charging up now. We didn't need it to run the lights last night. We just used it convenience-wise to run another set of lights that have a 12-volt plug. And then the Goal Zero is currently charging a little battery pack that we can run lights off or whatever, charge our phones. You can see where all the hogs have been rooting it around up here. We've done a job on this area. Yeah, ooh, look at that. They really got that. Yeah, it was supposed to be like in the lower 50s or upper 40s today, but not even close. It is beautifully warm today. Not hot, but definitely warmer than 50s. Blackberry bushes, I mean, have really overgrown this area. Okay, when I put the Firefly out here, it was at 62%, and it's already up to 71%. And it was at 79%, I think it was, when I brought it yesterday. I hadn't fully Hadn't stuck it out to charge it in a while. But let's take a look at what all this has. It's a power switch on off here. And here we have the 12 volt USB. And then it's got DC in and out, 12 volt. Here's for an extra solar panel. And then there's for, and then there's the AC 110, AC 110 in, AC 110 out. It's got the AC in, out, on, off, so got quite a few options. And this is, you turn this off here. It's got a, you turn off this area right here, turn off this area right here, and turn it all off right here. So it's got a 16 amp hour lithium battery in it, I believe. So you can drain it all the way. It was a gift from my son, so pretty happy with that. Ran our lights all night last night while we yapped. Well, not all night. We turned them off then when we went to bed, but while we were yapping, and it barely even put a dent into it. That Sunjack light. And there's the infamous Harbor Freight solar light that's been cracked since the day we got it. That's why it was so cheap that day. And never stops working. Just never stops working. And the 60 LED, this is the Harbor Freight 60 LED motion. It's motion activated, but it's solar charged. It's been up here for a couple of years now, at least maybe 3 years now. And every time we come, it just works, and it's bright. Love that thing. Here's a little Goal Zero setup my son gave me for my birthday, I guess 2 years ago. And it's a little 7-watt panel, and then the Guide 10 Plus, the Goal Zero Guide 10 Plus, which just holds 4 rechargeable batteries. Charge it by solar, and then it's got USB output, and it's also got a little flashlight on it. So pretty nifty. It also came with the Switch 10, I think it's called, Switch 10 flashlight, which also converts into the fan, a little handheld fan. So you just switch out the top of it and it becomes a fan. It works pretty good too. Although the flashlight for me usually comes in more handy than the fan. And there we go. It's time to say goodbye to the cabin again. Everything's cleaned up. And it's sad to say goodbye, but we must. So, like I said, we got all the food put in. Excuse the term here. All the food put in that was exposed in the shed, so we put it all up underneath the bed. So we saved that. Oops, I guess I should show you the bed. Up underneath the bed. So that way we won't have to worry about that going bad. There was 2 cans that were questionable. We disposed of those. And that's probably about it. Now it's time to just lock up and head back to civilization. Hate to do it. But it's so beautiful out here. The trail, it's been a while. The trail was almost unrecognizable to get up here. So, see you all the next time. Got the solar box all shut down, extension cords put away. Very pleased. The solar just works every time. It's so, I mean, I know we're not here that much, but it's been just a blessing to have that. And this is what'll need to be repaired next time, so we'll come and we'll just, like I said, we'll turn it solid, and then we won't have any more problems. Frame is good. Don't want to waste it. Oh, also, I emptied the big tank back here, put some bleach in it so when it refills, and then refilled the smaller tanks with some bleach, so they're ready to go when we come back.